Wait, stop. Hold, please. I fucked up. No one can hear you guys right now. Cayman, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to have the music and have like a proper intro again, or would you like to just go on the count of?
No, I'm just going right now, Patrick.
Great. All right, the floor is
Start.
yours.
I'm going to start off. Going to be all upset. This is the Drop In Drop Out podcast. It was my birthday this week. Patrick fucked up the intro, and here we are. We're a group of gamers coming together to talk about video games, specifically how we would ruin a Victorian child's life. That's right. I am the dumpster boy. I am here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Like I said, we're killing some kids tonight.
Yay!
And I'm joined today by the full part, almost the full part, 2/3, I think, of the video game book club. That's Jerica, the queen of the snail trail, as well as Kayla. That's been the tagline since Silent Hill. We're sticking with it. Outside of the way that Patrick made the first time I'm not running STC.
I know.
My first ever Dido episode on the week of my birthday.
Yeah.
And he ruined it. How are y'all doing tonight?
I didn't know it was your birthday this week. I feel like such an asshole. I didn't say anything. Was it meant to be a secret?
No.
Did I just were people wishing you happy birthday?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I did make a post in the public Discord about it.
Discord's hard.
Which
it's a lot.
Unfortunately, this is confirming my suspicion that Jerica never looks in the public Discord. That's a joke.
It's very true. Not as often as some of you freaks.
I really thought I was looking over. I was like, I thought you participated in this, but it was Kayla that participated.
That was me.
It would be even better if I did.
I did it for us.
I wish you had.
If someone responds to anyone anywhere, just know you're speaking to Kayla. Cayman, I apologize.
Thank you.
I hope you had a swell birthday. Did you do anything fun?
You know, I did actually. I had some friends over to my house. We ate fantastic food. We drank fantastic drinks. And then I made a terrible mistake. I've learned something about myself, is that I watch a lot of horror films and I watch a lot of trash cinema. And there's a certain point in which your brain stops registering things at the same level a normal human's brain registers things. So I said, you know what would be fantastic? Why don't we watch Peter Jackson's Dead Alive? Ooh. And I was like, let's watch. You guys are going to love this movie. It's super over the top. It's goofy as hell. The friends I'm with are not like traditional horror people. They don't like horror, actually. They just put up with some of the non-scary stuff for me. There's a moment in the movie where someone eats pudding and there's pus blood in the pudding.
Oh,
and I forgot that scene happened. And let me tell you, we got done with the movie and you could cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was the people were offended, it seemed. I had a great time though.
Yeah.
So, the problem though is that like didn't recognize that like people were going to get physically turned off.
Yeah.
During the film.
You didn't think the pus blood was going to do that? You thought it was fine?
I didn't remember it until it was coming up and then I realized and I told the room, I said, guys, I'm going to go and say this now.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I've had this week I've had like a pimple like right in like the exact middle of my neck.
Yeah.
On the back.
What you doing with it?
Well, it's in a place in which if I like put my hand back here, it's like where I feel like a Matrix plug would be, or like
oh my god,
like it's like perfectly at like the base of my spine or the top of my spine.
I hope
that it feels like it's more than just a pimple. And
hold on,
yeah,
I don't know if this is something that we can put in chat, but if we get some more subs in chat, is there a chance we can get Patrick to pop this live on air? Because we just got a sub from Michaela Gray sitting right here, Inside Trading. Coal Mines with the Prime sub. Wow. Eula with a sub. Sarah Shard with the sub. So we do it for the pimple popping. That's what
we popping pee up in here.
We're popping pee tonight.
I really
we
hope
got
this
another.
is someone's
We
first
got a
time.
gifted sub from Heroic Headgear. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Noah C92 in the chat says, no, don't pop. But you know what I say? If you keep popping subs, we'll be popping pimples
I love that.
for the rest of
No.
the evening.
Speaking of chat, a quick check-in with the chat. I see Heroic Headgear, I see Noah, I see Sirius, I see Eula, I see Coggy Boy was there earlier, the Soggy Cog. How are we sounding? Do we feel like we're
Yeah.
even? I feel like I might be low compared to the rest as I look at the bars in OBS. How's the mix? Let us know how the mix is. Patrick is slightly low. I had a feeling.
I didn't know that this was Cayman's first official hosting gig, not as Safe
Yep.
Trash Cinema. So I'm very excited to be here. I feel like this is the perfect Cayman topic to host. So I am very excited to
Thank you.
about.
I think
horrifying
we're gonna
children.
have a grand fucking time.
I agree. How do I sound now? Does this feel more even with the group if I say things like,
You sound good to me.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Sound like Link.
Oh.
Or not Link. Zelda. Sorry,
what
audio
is
listeners.
I'm sorry, which was there was a character in, I want to say Twilight Princess, and I can't remember the character's name, that has the most sexual noise of any Zelda game. The fairies have a super, Jake would know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's just one of those things. It's a pitch a tent noise, if you know what I'm talking about.
Not the pitch a tent noise.
Speaking
Is it
of
Midna?
pitching tent, it might be. She might actually we'll not talk about that. Speaking of things that look like pitch tents, books. Girls, tell me about Dispatch, what you're doing for Video Game Book Club. Segway, motherfuckers.
Whoa, that was great. We are doing Video Game Book Club on Monday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, I just did that quick time change. Do you like that, guys?
You're so
It's taking a long
time literate.
It's taking a while. It's taking a time to get there. We are going to be covering episodes 5 and 6 this upcoming Monday that just dropped yesterday.
Yeah,
and it's been really fun, especially as, like, you know, no spoilers, of course. We will be covering spoilers in the episodes, but we typically throw up a spoiler wall like before we get to that point. So definitely join us. It's a fun time. We've started now talking about how we've diverged as me, Josh, and Jerica start to make different choices. So that's been really fun. So you can catch us live or the VOD afterwards. But yeah.
I love that.
What we're doing.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more about that. I can't wait to get back in the game myself. Honestly, I was having such a good time with it. So I can't wait for that. But there's other things that I can't wait to get to, such as Patrick and Jerica's Secret Jamboree. How are we looking, folks, on our way to the Secret Jamboree?
You know, Jerica and I haven't met in about 2 weeks about it, but we're in a really good place conceptually, creatively around it. I think that we have a lot of fun planned. There will be some announcements soon. My light keeps changing and I don't understand why it's happening.
Cool.
And it's bothering me. But Jerica, this is actually here. I'm like jaundiced now all of a sudden.
You're getting warmer, my friend.
I was a jaundiced baby when I was born, so.
Where are you now?
Yeah, we're y'all.
That
here.
I was a failure to thrive, baby.
Oh.
So like, for like 2 years, I was just in the hospital for 2 years. I just was like, my organs were like, it's just not gonna work.
I know
it's honestly. So hold on. So I get sick. Sydney has to take me to the hospital, and things are going south. My body stops working right. That's why I look like this. And so she takes me, and the guy's like, tell me your medical history, things like that. Is there anything that you can think of? And I was like, it's actually funny you asked that. Like, this was a thing that happened to me. I was a failure. And he's like, that's interesting. And Sydney looks at me and was like, we got married and you've never told me this. Like, we should have expected you to die already. I'm like, you know what? I should have told you that before you signed up.
Yeah.
So that's on me.
Signed up is crazy. High Score Weekly said this is a Victorian child topic, and it really is. I was about to say Patrick's gonna pass away from dysentery. Is that how you say it? Dysentery?
Dysentery.
It is in fact.
We got tuberculosis on drop. We got scarlet fever.
Jaundice.
Cholera.
We got cholera. We got scarlet fever. What is it? The typhoid
bubonic plague.
fever.
Did I say that right?
You did.
That could be.
I always prefer to call it, and by it I mean tuberculosis, consumption.
Consumption,
You got the consumption because it's consuming us.
Right.
Yeah,
What
correct.
was that from? I just watched that recently.
I mean, I'm sure it's from a lot of
That's
things.
what it was actually called. This is a random Kayla lore dump.
Ooh.
I'm super into genealogy and like family history, and so I often am looking at death records, and that is what they called it on death records is consumption, and it was tuberculosis. So that was like the official term for it for a long time. Hit me up for all your genealogy needs.
When was the last time y'all were tested for tuberculosis?
Not.
I think
it needs to be more recent. I feel like that is always a fear of mine.
Yeah,
because that spreads so easily.
I get tested like every quarter. I have to because of medicine I take, but they used to do this thing, a tuberculosis test up until like 5 years ago. They would put like a dead version of it in your arm and it would bubble. Ew. And then you would have to come back within 24 hours to see if like your skin started like discoloring to see if you had tuberculosis. So those 24 hours are always like, fuck, is anything changing? Do I have tuberculosis? But I never did.
Hold on. Crazy. You're telling me that they just actively give you tuberculosis to see if you can catch it?
Kind of. I mean, it's like in a safe way. I wouldn't actually like get fucked by it, but it was the way that they would test. But now they can just test your blood.
It's interesting you said that. Actually, that same thing a girl one time told me did the same thing to me with gonorrhea. So
there you go.
You know? So
yeah,
I think that's a good stopping point for housekeeping. What would you say, folks, if we got the show on the road and talked about how we'd kill some children?
I love
so
it.
let me tell a little bit about what this is. So
let's clarify, please.
There's the meme going around about the girl. She was talking about how to kill a Victorian child, about Four Loko. She was like, if you spike the water with Four Loko, you could wipe them all out. Like, whoa. So something dawned in the back of my head. And I was like, you know what would be fantastic? If we brought the group of us together, the best of us, the worst of us, and then we talk about different video games we think would kill a Victorian child or at least ruin their childhood. And you could say, well, Dumpster Boy, Resident Evil would just scare them. Well, that's cheap. So we set the bar just slightly higher than Resident Evil. And if one of you brought Resident Evil, then you didn't do what I told you to do. And I'm very upset. God damn it, Kayla. Did you bring Resident Evil?
I didn't. I thought about it.
Also, Cayman, just so you know, I've been tracking your eyes for the last about 30 seconds with the eyes of a Victorian child. I've been doing my best to keep them over the sunglasses, but you're a wily little man.
I am. I've got the movement, as they say.
I think what I'm gonna do we think it would be fun if whoever is like talking about their game, I give them the eyes, or just randomly throughout the episode give people the eyes? I think I'm gonna have it random
in place.
Either choice, yeah.
Incredible. Well, I guess for the listeners at home, the audio listeners, there's Victorian children eyes over our faces right now. Patrick's just having a fucking field day. Well, we got the thesis statement out of the way. So I'm going to open up the floor, just start going through. I'm going to actually start with Kayla. So if you do have Resident Evil, just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off now. In your head, perfect world, you were given the opportunity to sit one of those children down in front of a TV, and you were going to be like, I'm going to do irreparable damage to them. Melt their brain in a way that's never been melted before. What game would you bring that child?
That's a great question, Cayman. Thank you so much for asking. So we all brought to the table several different options when we were talking through this, and I kind of went a couple different ways with it. And so for clarity, for anyone wondering, when the actual Victorian era year-wise spans, it is from, it's referenced as Queen Victoria's reign, which is the 1837 to 1901. So think about children this time. I read a lot of books. If you're watching video, you can probably see. I don't necessarily read a lot of classic literature. I actually would like to get more into classic literature. So, but I know history and things like that.
She knows history, folks.
Slightly educated. I think what I would pick as a franchise would be the Sims games. And let me tell you why I would pick that. Imagine, you're a Victorian child who has never experienced a video game. You don't even have I'm not super familiar with what year the television came out, but someone can look it up and tell me, I'm sure. But you don't have any reference of frame for technology at all. And all of a sudden, I'm assuming I'm showing the child this. You're able to control people. You are a god to these people, and you are like running their lives. You're building their home. You're making them woohoo, unwed woohooing.
Whoa.
And and you're controlling these people. You can wreak absolute havoc onto these lives. Like you can have them burn the house down. You can pick up the baby and leave it in the floor. Absolute like chaos you can evoke on these people's lives. Or you can have this whole like fleshed out like story within Sims. Like there's so much that you can do. I feel like it would be absolutely wild to like experience this as someone who's never experienced video games before. So that would be my first pick. I believe that it may have some crossover with someone else's potentially. But I just wanted to pick The Sims as a whole because like for me, like I just feel like that would completely.
You want to teach a child.
You had tuberculosis and you look at this. I mean, come on, man. It just would be really interesting.
Can you pick one Sims? What Sims would you pick?
My personal favorite Sims is Sims 2 Pets Edition.
LFG.
Which is the best one. I mean, obviously Sims 4 is going to be the most intricate. Like there's so many. I haven't picked it up in a while, but there's so many different like packs that you can have. And I think that would be like the graphically what you would want to show them. But Sims 2 Pets, something about that's just got some magic in it. And I think like showing them some alien person, spectrobing another Sim would just be absolutely crazy. A lot of agreement in the chat, so thank you for that. But that's my first pick. A little tame first.
Sure.
A little tame. Okay, starting.
There's probably a consumption mod. There might be.
I'm sure
there is.
There might be.
Yeah.
I do like The Sims as an idea of like the god of it all, like you being God. Like because and it also something that I think so many of the picks tonight, like one of the ways that I look at this going is we're also introducing them to like so much. And like with The Sims, we're introducing them to like modern architecture. We're introducing them to all forms of technology. Like there's so much to unpack with The Sims. I think just information overload would give them a stroke.
We're introducing them to same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh man, that would disrupt a child. Speaking of same-sex marriage, Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna toss it to me. I was like, cool.
No, I'm not that offensive.
Yeah, but you are.
Am I? Jerica,
you are.
take us home. Are you gonna teach a kid, or are you gonna ruin a kid, or are you gonna do both? Because I feel like you have the ability to do both.
Well, the reason I was eager to go next is because I also picked The Sims. And for a lot of the same reasons just shared by Kayla. So, hey, me and Kayla, we're just trying to give this kid so much knowledge in one go, but also blow their minds. But earlier when Kayla mentioned the time frame, what is the Victorian era? What year are we talking about here? I was like, that's a good question. I don't know. I just see a queen in a Victorian border around a creepy picture.
I think anything pre-1950s, you're safe to call it the Victorian era. No one knows the difference.
Half of
America's illiterate, so
okay, perfect. And I just Googled, and the Google AI told me what kids might have been doing during this time for fun. Just to put perspective. In the 1800s, children's activities ranged from hard labor to structured play. I don't know what structured play means. Depending on the social class, wealthier children often had access to manufactured toys, organized games, and might have had some kind of schooling. So
maybe.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? So that's sort of like why I lean towards The Sims. I think that makes a lot of sense for them because I don't know. I don't think it ever changes, your wants if you were a kid, you're going to want to have fun. You have fun once, you're like, that's the best fucking thing on this world, on this planet. Like, I want to have fun every day of my life. So this kid might only have had fun one time, maybe. They might not have even experienced fun in their life.
You want them to live a life as well. Especially
the poorer children, maybe the kids that are having to work and they're 2 years old. So I feel like it would. What?
Do you think these children would be so callous that they would like actively be the person who like puts them in the room and then takes the toilet away and then
This
just
is what I'm
makes a
saying.
piss shit on the floor? Like they're so hardened by hard labor and structure to play
They gotta
that they
let out
just
some of that
torture these
aggression.
Sims.
I need to
Yeah.
say something really quick that is hilarious. Heroic Headgear put in the chat, convince the Victorian child they are real people and it's not a game. Like you're
That's
actually like
so
controlling them.
fucking funny.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
Oh, I just had an idea. I'm gonna change it up. Change it up. That has inspired me. I would scratch everything I just said.
Okay.
Erase it. It's gone. I would tell this child, I would sit him in a chair and look at him and say, hey, Victorian child, you are a fucking giant. You're massive. What you're experiencing outside these four walls is not real. It's fantasy. I don't know if hopefully you know what fantasy is. You know what stories are, fairy tales? Well, this is it. You are actually a giant, and inside of this room, through this magical glass, this is a window. You're looking in to another place, and you get to control these tiny humans and make them do whatever you want to do. If you want to burn them up, you want to put them in a room full of fire, you can do that. And just, I would be eager to see what a child that hasn't been exposed to the things that we've been exposed to on the internet growing up. You know, we're ruined.
Oh,
but
sure.
this child just knows hard labor and no fun. So I'd be interested to see if they would even want to harm the Sims.
It's a social experiment.
It is.
I kind of like the idea of letting these little power hungry shitlins, giving them agency over a digital life and just ruin it. Because the truth is, we're technically ruining theirs too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because we get to come from the future and be like, guess what? We don't have to do hard labor. We run a podcast.
Yeah.
So like, you know, suck these little child. Maybe don't say that to them.
Yeah, let's not do that.
We can kick them down a flight of stairs. They had stairs back
stairs.
during the Victorian
Did
era,
they?
probably.
Yeah, I mean,
hope
in general, there were stairs. I'm sure many homes
We don't
didn't
know.
have them.
We don't know. We don't know. That's not accurate. We don't know if we had
think-
stairs in the Victorian era. We don't. There's not proof. We don't. Do we have to show me a photo? Show me a photo of.
I mean, I think
stairs
photos
from the
existed by this time.
They did.
Fucking
Also,
probably not.
whoever asked when TVs were invented, apparently the 20s.
Oh,
Hasn't been around as
Post
long as
1920s?
Victorian era. Yeah.
Well,
wow.
to be
the
clear.
Atari won on it. Patrick.
Yeah.
Tell me, where's your head at right now? We've tortured people. We've taught
Played
people.
God.
We've played God.
Yep.
Where do you take this child next?
I'm so glad you asked. So when I think about this, I kind of clued into it a little earlier, but to dig in deeper, I want to put myself in the shoes of people in the Victorian era. And very much in that time, religion was so important. It was faith in general. People put a lot into it because there was just so much about the world we didn't understand still. And so for me, the first thing I thought of was, how do we rip that from them? And for me, the first thing I thought of was, first I thought of Doom the Dark Ages, to show them like just fighting demons. But then I took it one step further and thought of a game came in that you love, which is Dante's Inferno. Have them go through the 9 circles of hell to rescue their wife. And just showing them like creations of
their
demon spawn in a video.
Yeah,
I think would
that's
get
good.
them like they would be. I think that they would just melt from there being a physical manifestation of this in front of them. Of like, oh no, the Satan is real. Fuck.
Satan is, and he's got a huge fucking dick too.
Yeah.
Satan is real, and he's got a hog. Come on, you guys don't remember the end of that game?
I never played
it. Yeah.
I
Oh
didn't
my god.
finish it.
Okay.
Does that really happen?
The end of Dante's Inferno, you fight Satan, and he has a horse bottom half. Like he's like a
and it's like full out,
like a centaur.
His penis is there, and it is very
wow.
large. And it is just flopping. There's so much nudity in this game. Like that's the other thing. This game is like I don't know how they got away with a lot of it.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that would
you
definitely
can try to
recommend.
you just gonna have to Google image search that one on your own time, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna ask
Is the
Patrick to pull it
penis
up,
the
but
hit point, like our hit location?
you know,
Like,
I
Does it
don't
have a
remember.
hitbox? Does it
God,
have a
I hope-
I mean,
hit
probably has a
zone?
hitbox.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
might check it out.
I'm gonna stay in the torture realm with
Ah,
my pick. I'm gonna go with a game. I don't know if you guys remember Rez, specifically Rez Infinite. And so Rez Infinite is an on-rail shooter that is like nothing but neons, bright flashing lights to like a house techno beat soundtrack. And it is
uh-huh.
like you shoot to the soundtrack. So it's almost like it's like Thumper before
That's fun.
Thumper existed.
Yeah.
And my goal is to test the limits of what a Victorian child's brain function could be capable of before they just have seizures.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so, like, I really want to push those limits. I also want to see what would happen to a Victorian child when they hear techno music for the first time. Because I remember when I was a child hearing techno music for the first time, which I'm pretty sure was Mortal Kombat, the movie. Absolutely life-changing. But what would happen to a child that's the only thing they've ever heard before was like Gregorian chants and a harpsichord? I think heart palpitations could just poosh.
Because also
explode in the chest.
Especially if we're showing them Rez Infinite. I'm sure the concept of infinite existed, but in the trailer that I just had pull up, it says "Go beyond the infinite." And they're like, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Can you please explain what's the infinite?" And then you explain infinity to them, and they just fall apart.
Then they fall apart. High Score Wick in the chat says, the VR Rez almost melted my brain and I am not Victorian. I think I'm on to something. Well, really is, if you've never played it, it is definitely, it worms into your brain.
Yeah, I
Can
think.
you imagine just showing them VR in general?
Well,
like,
yes.
I feel like
VR in general could definitely kill them too. Correct.
Yeah.
I think if I may just take it over for a second, Cayman, my second choice was
absolutely
Tetris Effect VR specifically.
Ooh.
Like getting them in the fucking put the headset on and just the overwhelming experience that Tetris Effect from Tetsuya Mizuguchi does would just, because also the creator of Rez Infinite. So these two, they're kissing cousins over here, would absolutely obliterate the mind of a Victorian child.
Correct. Could you imagine slapping two VRs on two different kids' heads, putting them in like, I was going to say boxing gloves, but that feels not right. I think spiked mitts. Put them on and just let them fight. Because what they're seeing is jarring their senses so much that they're just absolutely frantic. Then you have like this really weird fight to the death between two Victorian children playing two different video games made by the same insane Japanese man.
Yeah.
There's probably a video somewhere out there on the dark web of this already.
Oh, sure.
The question is Coal Mines ready to pay for it?
Yeah. I just think like the concept of just VR in general is honestly something that like in our lifetime and like it's still relatively new to like gaming as a whole. Like if you look at gaming overall, so I just think that would be wild to have like them experience. So that was a really good pick.
Incredible. I'm so glad that all of ours so far have really aligned. Don't worry, I have my own probably close to Dante's Inferno soon. I'm gonna spin up the order a little bit. I'm gonna go back to Jerica. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Jerica. I know you like to have time in between, but I'm just gonna keep throwing them at you.
Who said that? I don't need any time in between.
I'm just making
the stamina of
making things up as we go. You just have to
no
agree,
idea. Yeah,
the stamina
just a
of
little bit of
Jerica,
coffee.
Hannah.
I'm good. Drink all of that.
Nice.
All right. Hit me. So you gave us the first starting off. You gave us The Sims.
Yeah.
So you took it a different way. You tortured them with The Sims, or allowed them to learn how to torture others through The Sims.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now? What's the next step of your evolution?
I think I do want to present another godlike game, if that is a category, but this one's a little different because this is one I have a lot of fun with. And remember before I pitched The Sims, like I want this kid to have fun.
Sure.
I know we're all trying to
Aw.
kill the kid and ruin its life. But
Erica's happy for it.
well, if you think about it though, they're gonna see this game one time and then they're never gonna be able to play it again. We're gonna go back through our portal and go back home, and that will ruin their life. The fact they can't play this thing maybe none of your games so far, but mine, the next game I'm gonna show them is Pikmin. And they're never gonna want to do anything else in their life now that I've shown them Pikmin. Because very similar. Very similar to The Sims, I would explain to them, hey, there's more than just us on this planet. There's potentially these little critters called Pikmin. And I would actually tell them these exist. They're here. Y'all just haven't found them yet. And guess what? They can carry around everything for you. There's a lot of, they're basically flower people, and you can find them outside if you try hard enough. But you can also send them to their deaths if you choose. But I try to keep them all together. I let them sing for me as they're carrying my objects. Did I change the course of history? Maybe this isn't the thing I should be showing them. Probably not. I don't know. Because you're controlling a lot of these little things, and I don't want to be controlled, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
Can I just say, you're kind of sadistic.
I might be.
Because
I'm trying to I want this child to have fun, and Pikmin's something I really have a great time playing.
Okay, I want you to hear yourself. I'm going to repeat this back to you, because I need you to listen just very close. You're telling this Victorian child that there are mythical creatures.
Yes.
That are in the world.
They're not mythical, they're real.
Hunt down. No, I know. Like, there's this mythical creature that's real, that if you can hunt down, they'll just do whatever the fuck you want.
And I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm thinking now it's a bad idea.
Be like street corner, clothless.
Yes,
screaming about these things. Like, you've so treacherously destroyed any semblance of being able to have a logical reasoning for this person.
I know, but
ruined.
But Jerica single-handedly invented the use of lobotomies for the Victorian children.
Yeah. But I'm hoping, the reason I play Pikmin, hopefully I can land this played with this child, is basically saying, okay, these little Pikmin creatures are very fragile. They can die. They get eaten up by other critters if you're not there to protect them. So they're almost like, hey, do you want to learn how to, you're probably going to have a child. You're a child, but you're probably going to have a child in like 5 years. Because I feel like kids have kids.
Yeah, no,
in this
12 or 13 sounds about right.
Yeah,
no,
I'm just saying.
You're right, though. Yeah, you're right.
It's probably a few years later. So, it's helping them prepare to be parents, because they're fragile. Pikmin are fragile and stronger together. And with fragile things comes great responsibilities.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jerica, you're really trying to sell that you're not an awful person, but
I know it really backfired on me, because I thought that was going to be a lot more positive, but it just went downhill.
You basically were like, hey, little kid, God is real. Here's a picture of him. Then he goes on the rest of his life being like, God's real, when the reality is, no, it's a video game. And you they're going to become fucked up. They're going to torture animals probably. So that's on you.
Yeah. Serial killers happened because of me.
Kayla?
Sarah Shard said in the chat, you can't see them without this special glass, I fear. Well, anyway, have a nice life.
Yeah, God, I said that shit too. Like, you have to hold this glass up,
Well, also Captain Olimar famously coming from space. So now all of a sudden we're introducing the concept of light inside of the planet.
Don't worry, it's coming with me. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
That's not going to be the first time or the last time we'll hear the word coming in tonight's episode.
Yes.
Kayla,
I fear.
Kayla Gray, what game would you do? I'm assuming it's going to be something of horse games coming up soon.
Wow.
Right?
No, that's too much in their natural era. They ride horses.
Too many horses.
What they do.
What was it? 7.4 too many horses?
Yeah, exactly. But what if you told them, not only can you ride a horse, but you can also ride in this cart in this mythical rainbow road as much as you want with your friends. I know your friend Johnny lives down the street. Oh, sir, I'd love to play some marbles with my Johnny down the street.
Marbles.
What if you told him you could play Mario Kart with him? And not only do
they know where Italy's
cars
at?
exist. No, no.
Okay, I was
And
wondering.
then
I don't know.
also, I specifically, if we're talking like Mario Kart World, is it World or Worlds? I always get
One Worlds.
one
We are
World
the
now.
Worlds.
Are they
Oh
expanding the
man,
world?
Sirius Shard did say Barbie Horse Adventures could cause unprecedented depression. You're so right. Also, shout out to Barbie Horse Adventures. You guys are listening and to me in the Discord, and I that makes
Not
my
the
heart
sports
smile.
game, but it's something.
Yeah, and so not only are you having like the concept of multiplayer in when we're talking Mario Kart Worlds, you have fully functional like bikes, carts. You randomly go over this floating box and you get these abilities that can make you catch on fire. It can make you like grow huge. It can make you all these different things. Like I think that concept as a whole would be wild for a child to experience. Also, like I was thinking like multiplayer gaming. Like seriously, you're talking the equivalent of like playing marbles in the street. What did Jerica say? Structured play or something?
Yeah, what if
Structured
your
play.
structured play can be with another kid in fucking Cambodia, like somewhere on the other side of the world?
And you're and,
This
and
kid
then
doesn't
like
even know what the
also
word Cambodia is.
exactly. And then
Damn
thinking
it.
about some of the characters that especially in worlds like I know that they have it's escaping me some of the like random ass characters they have in this game. Isn't the little like what's the little caterpillar guy? Isn't he in this? Maybe I'm making it up.
Yeah. Fucking Steve.
Uh
What's his name?
yeah, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve Nintendo?
Yeah, and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I would just love to like rip some Rainbow Road with this Victorian kid. Like I think that especially like make
I've
them
ripped
do
a
all,
couple
That sounds
Rainbow
like
Roads in
drugs.
my life.
I was thinking,
yeah, brother.
Rug.
And then Wiggler. Okay, thank you. Oh, Sirius Shard said with game chat webcams on the
Oh,
screen.
fuck.
Oh no.
Yes. Wonder what they would do with that little plant camera.
Yeah, so that's
Oh
my
no,
pick.
these are
no,
children,
Where did it go?
Jerica.
It's not next to me. Oh,
So
my
I think
prop is
that
gone. Fuck.
oh
Shucks.
no. So that would be my next pick. I think like yes, while a horse game would make sense. Like if we wanted to make them comfortable, we would probably ease them in with some horse adventures, Barbie games. But I fear that's not what I'm in the business of. I want to give them if I only have a limited amount of time to show them, like let's say it's Jericho's scenario where we're traveling through this portal. I'm leaving them with this. I want them to have like a true, like authentic multiplayer experience. My other option that was like a on the bench was Overcooked. I think that would be introducing them to modern cooking appliances.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good call.
I thought that would be an interesting one, but we'll save that one for a different time.
If the child's a woman, that would probably benefit her because at the time I think women only worked in the kitchen and then the boys actually did the work. So, and I'm not trying to be that way. I'm just saying.
Look, I love that.
Them.
I love that of all of the things that have happened tonight, that's probably going to be the most offensive thing said, and it didn't come from me.
Jerica said a woman's place is in the kitchen. Fucking book it, brother.
You heard it here first, folks.
Google says about the Victorian era. Okay.
In 1837, it most definitely was.
I feel like that went much longer, unfortunately.
Yeah. Last year.
God,
well, this year.
Absolutely.
Next year, brother.
Fucking
I fear we've regressed.
We have a
Jerica twitching.
I know. It happens. It's always accidental, positive intent every time.
Jerica twitching is diabolical.
Jerica twitching. The worst thing I've ever. We get you to bald cap again for this?
Yeah.
Just do it. That's the bit now.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Patrick, you've already dropped your second. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump straight to me so we can spread this out a little bit, give some voices.
Spread the wealth.
We went from whimsy. Now let's go to the mundane aspects of present day culture. My game is the Stanley Parable. And the reason that I am bringing them the Stanley Parable is because I want to show that this Victorian child, that if they were ever to survive typhoid fever, influenza, scarlet fever, dysentery, all of the
Dysentery,
things
as
that
some
could
people
just
call it.
dysentery. I think that's when the shit comes out is dysentery.
Mhm.
Fucking nailed
Got
that.
it.
Fucking got him.
That's one of my favorite jokes of all time now. I'm easy.
Thanks. So let's just say you take this kid and you say, look, you think in your head that the future's gonna have flying cars, the future's gonna have free healthcare, the future's gonna have all these magical things, and guess what? You work in a fucking cubicle and there's a narrator telling you how shitty your life is.
Yeah.
And we just make them sit there and just be like, the future is awful. So what they're realizing is like, well, yes, my time sucks. I have it easy because I can be killed off in a myriad of different ways before I turn the age 15. In the future, you just have to pay them a lot of money, but you're not allowed to die at 15. And also, you have to work for large corporations that suck your soul out. I think that just depression. I just want to give the kid depression. You know,
sure.
A
I want him to
reality check.
suffer like
A
I
reality
suffer.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make him
Let him know.
make him feel the pain that it is to
Depression
be
is
a
worse than death. So
make him to feel the
Oh.
pain
So
it is
true.
to be a straight white man in America. Ay,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
tough out there. Yeah.
ay.
This is a good. This is
Speaking
a
of
good
straight
pick.
white men in America, Patrick, why don't you tell me about your game?
Sure. I don't identify as straight, but thank you.
Wow.
I think for me, one thing that you almost got there just now, Cayman, in terms of, you said the word healthcare. Something we've not talked about is medicine. And
Oh
I
yeah.
think introducing a Victorian child to modern day medicine would be enough, but I want to take it a step further and I want to introduce them to modern day medicine with motion controls. Who here remembers Wii Trauma Center?
No.
Any Wii Trauma Center knowers?
High school
Patrick,
recruiter, for sure.
why would you bring up the monstrosity of that game? How do you even okay, I thought I was the only person that had the Wii brain rot that would remember something like that.
No, Wii Trauma Center. So for people that don't know, it was a Japanese game in which you worked in a trauma center and people would come across, like, they'd come into the emergency room with like bullets in their chest or a knife wound in their throat. And it was like a video game version of Operation, essentially. And your like your Wiimotes would be like your forceps or whatever. And so you would have to like save these people's lives while like drama was happening in the emergency room. And it was such a weird game, but it was really fun. Like it was one of those things where like it was kind of this like indie darling of Wii games. Who is Wendy? I don't know. But it was this thing of like, oh, here's a really good example of using motion control in a way that a PlayStation or an Xbox obviously couldn't do. And you know, they're not like the deepest games ever, but they were very like kitschy and very silly in that way. But I think just introducing them to modern medicine by way of Wii Trauma Center would do a lot of cerebral damage, I think.
I think that's hilarious, and I love it. Another one, a high school who said Dr. Mario would be another good one.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of this.
Noah C29 in the chat says, I don't have forceps. I'm snipped. Patrick being exclusionary. So,
yeah.
You know what? I don't know what his forceps are, you know.
I believe he was lightly referring to perhaps foreskin.
Stop being a bitch and say it then.
Sure.
That's what I gotta say.
Sure.
Coward.
Yeah.
What do you think? We haven't unbanned the word foreskin in this chat before? Oh, Rabbit somewhere. He's said it plenty of times. I can promise you that. Kayla.
Yes.
Patrick's traumatizing children with a Wii game. That's enough.
Yeah.
What are you doing next? Are we keeping it mind-blowing, or are we going to finally step into the dark side?
You know, I'm going to save my full like dark side for last, and I'm going to continue to traumatize the Victorian children with the Wii by mentioning none other than the Just Dance franchise.
Honestly,
and
great pick.
I think like just think about honestly, even me as a kid thinking about the way that they kind of look on the screen, where they're just this kind of like ghost of a person, like a frame, an outline, if you will. This one actually came partially idea from High School Weekly in the chat, so thank you for that. But I just think like imagining here, little what's a good like Victorian child name? Peter.
Peter, sure. I'm sure there were some
Peter.
Peters.
I'm sure Peter's out there somewhere.
Patrick, you're Peter. Pretend.
Sure. Oh, hello. I'm Peter.
Hi. Look at this. So hold this remote, and I need you to copy the movements on the screen that you see. He was big and strong, and he's out to you need to man.
I'm so
That's me.
Are you singing Rasputin?
Yeah.
What a deep cut is that?
That's the best Wii dance that exists. But yeah, I just think about like having to. I think that one, it would get their exercise up because they need that. They're not working in the mines enough.
They do hard labor. They don't need exercise. If anything, they're built for this game because they have the stamina to complete it.
But also think about how in 70 years there would be the like hips crisis of the Elvis era and the sexuality that brought. So now we're watching these amorphous neon beings just like thrusting and grinding basically. Like that would awaken something in these children.
Exactly. And I think they need to experience the embarrassment that I felt as a middle schooler, like doing this at parties in front of people. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would really humble the kids. And so we have a couple of comments in chat. Colemine said, "Come hither, little Alfred, must dance to bad romance." Yeah, in high school we said I suggested this because they were watching ghost demons do scandalous dances. Yeah, exactly. And I think like this is kind of random, but you guys know that there's like story like with Just Dance. Did you guys know this? Like,
I had no idea.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Apparently, the characters like are the same in different songs, and there's like lore attached to the characters. I don't know a ton about it. Maybe that's a whole deep dive we do in a different time.
Put Cog on it. I
but
want
it is
a
thing.
video
Oh, that's great.
from this Cog, please.
Yeah.
I've been
High school
Cog in the
knows.
chat.
Deep multi-lore.
Is he in the chat somewhere?
He was
somewhere. He's out there listening. He'll listen to this later.
Can I just say, Cayman, what a great idea for a topic. This is so fun.
Yeah, this is so much fun. I am having a great time.
I want to point out a couple things. First, I want to say, Squanky Joikers with the sub out in there.
Hey.
Thank you, Squanky. Love you, brother. All right, let's cut to the audience because we're talking about chat a little bit. And the audience had some ideas, so I'm going to run through a few of these. First one's up is from Evan Brando's show, My Mortal Enemy.
Yep.
Yes.
He says, No More Heroes came to mind for some reason, which, I mean, there's a lot of reasons that would come to mind. I think specifically because if you're playing the Wii version, which I'm hoping that's what he's talking about, for you to charge up your sword, you have to jerk your Wiimote off.
Yeah.
And
like we're seeing right now in video.
Yeah, you do. You have to. Yeah. It's so good. You just gotta absolutely smash that thing. It's so good. If you've never played No More Heroes, you're doing yourself a disservice not playing it on the Wii, because the motion controls is arguably the best part of that game. And the jerk off mechanic is just absolutely hysterical. Like, it is so wrong that they did that. And I love it.
Do you know, Cayman, if the Switch version supports motion controls?
Oh my God, that's a wonderful question.
I'm gonna have to look into that because I've never played No More Heroes. I've bought it before, but I've never actually played it.
Fun. I love it. Honestly, I might actually have the Switch version. I could probably check and see, and I'll let's move on. We'll circle back to that.
Sure.
Put a pin in it.
It'll be on TikTok here in about 24 hours. Next up's from someone who is actively in the chat right now. Coal Mines says definitely control with all the warping rooms and telekinetic powers. Also Venus Vacation, as seeing that much skin would send them into a Kuma. So, I mean, here's the thing. We haven't so far. I was going to bring up, I was like, man, maybe I should add Leisure Suit Larry to the list. Just give him something really fucking gross like that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know that we didn't do that, but our audience did for us.
Yes. We have class, unfortunately.
Next up, we have our very own Dido's very own Cognitive Clips, who says, Mario Wonder, imagine that poor Victorian child picking up an apple and becoming an elephant, or grabbing a flower and all of a sudden the pipes are snakes. He's so sweet. He's such an innocent little boy.
Sweet boy.
Just such an innocent little boy. We also have the Nerdlies, who said, I don't know how to properly pronounce this, so I'm just going to say the dinosaur. Dinosaur with double D's. And here's the thing. I'm just going to assume that's a game you can play. I didn't double check. Our audience could be lying. This very well could be a game.
It's like a visual novel where you... I don't know if you play as the dinosaur, but I know there's a dinosaur with voluptuous breasts in the game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I believe.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
If I was a Victorian child, that's what I would want to see.
If the Rose and Patrick anime stream ever comes back, that it's on the table for sure.
That would be amazing.
So I need someone to help me with this one, and I think he's in chat right now. Heroic Headgear says COTI, C-O-T-I. Does anyone know what the abbreviation means? Or did Patrick pull that incorrectly?
Oh, yeah, no. So down something. He said something sci-fi like cyberpunk, and tell them this is what the future looks like.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I just completely missed that. Thank you.
Yeah, I copied and pasted too much from the Discord.
Yes.
No worries. And then last comment from the chat. We have Big Freakin', who says something like Gears of War or Halo for the designs of the enemies you fight, or maybe the Plague Tale series for all the rap bros. Honestly, didn't even think about giving them a game that's based in the time that they're currently living, and just having this like weird moment where they have to reflect on this, of like seeing
that's
it
a good
live
point.
from a perspective. That's honestly. Yeah. Big Freakin', you fucking got me there. So I think someone, and I'm gonna say it might be Cirrus or maybe it's Noah. Noah's in the chat says, give them Silk Song so they can learn that even with all the advanced technology, you can still be bored out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
God damn. I was just gonna say, give them Silk Song so you can just get bullied by every fucking person on the internet. God, those people are miserable. Huh?
I'm still getting so much hate on that.
Yeah.
It's so funny, guys.
Every day.
It's so funny.
Every single day.
Brutal stuff. Absolutely brutal stuff. I'm done with the audience. I'm bored of them. Jerica, tell me your next game.
With this one, I really wanted to explain it in a way they'd understand. I thought, what better way to do it than with witchcraft, and that is Power Wash Simulator 2. I've been playing the shit out of this game.
Ooh, is the new one good?
How is 2? How is
new
2?
one's really... It's in the game, my game of the year list, y'all.
Whoa!
Let's go! Let's go!
I need to play it so badly.
It's so good. But yeah, so I was like, how would I explain a pressure washer to a child in the Victorian era? And basically, they're just all dirty. They don't know what clean is. So everything fucking looks like the world of Power Wash Simulator 2. I'm like, what
looks
are...
like shit,
and when I'm playing this game, I'm like, damn... Karen, who shat all over your house?
Yeah.
Like the house
Shat in
is
your house,
covered
Karen.
in bird
Dysentery
shit.
is what they call it,
Yeah.
Jerica.
Okay.
Dysentery.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So I was like, I would tell the kid, this child, that you know what witches are, right? I feel like witches were talked about in this time. Let's just say that they are. And I'm like, well, this is a witch's wand. But instead of killing people, this just makes you clean. And Patrick, in the Victorian child voice, can you say, but I can be clean? Everyone can be clean, even the poor?
Be clean, even the poor?
Yeah, as long as you like to feel the pain a little bit, because the water comes out really hard out of this wand. So
Can you imagine just power wash the child to get them like
You
really
do that
will.
instead, yeah.
That's
Just
how
fucking
I'll
power
start.
wash them.
Let me give you a
can you
demo.
use it to clean me fanny?
Yes, I can. Spread those cheeks. No, actually not.
No,
don't do
no,
that.
it means something different there.
My bad. This child would be clean after showing them how it works. But I guess I don't actually have a power wash machine with me, but they'd play it. I'd like look through this magical window and you can pretend that you're in a clean... This is how your town's supposed to look. This is how your room's supposed to look. and what it could
Please,
be
miss.
if you live long enough to
I'm
see
so
it, and you won't be.
dirty. Please, miss.
Oh, so fun fact, Noah has informed us that pressure washers were invented within the lifespan of Victorian child's life. Maybe even more surprising, 1926.
Wow.
Not quite Victorian,
Well,
but
if they were
close.
a child, then they could have
Yeah.
seen it if
Oh!
they lived.
That's
I
true.
think
That's
true.
is the
If-
That
implication.
kid, what do you say? Peter is going to be like, oh shit, I remember when that witch came through my room and through that portal and she showed me the wand.
It was
And now the wand's here.
30-year-old
Could you-
Peter's at the Chicago World's Fair looking at a pressure washer, shitting his fucking pants.
Yeah.
He's like, my asshole's still raw from that experience.
Yeah. That's
That
exactly right.
witch came through the portal and cleaned my butthole. It's too hard.
Patrick, can you pull us a photo of a Victorian power washer? I would love to see a.
I was
The
really
first
hoping you
power
were going to make
washer.
a small picture of Victorian
No,
child. At this
no,
point,
no,
we
no.
can't show one on screen.
So it wouldn't be
No,
a
I-
Victorian power washer. It would.
Okay.
But the very first power washer. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
would
want to see
love
what it
to see
looks
that.
like.
Let's do.
I need that mod in Power Wash Sim.
Sure.
Right now.
Victorian power wash sim is
Yeah. Let's do
crazy.
this.
Yeah.
Let's do. Power.
Oh yeah,
wash.
sorry.
No, you're good. I'm gonna go to the B-roll scene and just do it on the. Let's see. The first ever power washer.
I thought we lost Sirius Shard for a minute, but he was just joking because we were talking about
Oh, I
Victorian
see.
children. Oh, okay. I see. Power wash history. Oh, it looks pretty normal.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Okay, well that looks just like a
Yeah.
normal. No, it wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. Oh well.
That's
Well,
boring.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you,
Well.
Patrick.
Looks like every other machine during this time.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fair.
So
That was
I
a good
guess
pick,
we're
though.
like continuing to assault children, which I'm getting the vibe that's what we've done so far. There's more assault than actual gameplay. I want to
disagree.
talk about a game that I think is going to give Victorian child motion sickness for the first time, and that is Mullet Mad Jack.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys have
boy.
ever heard or played Mullet Mad Jack. It is a roguelike boomer shooter in which you have like a timer in which you have to like complete levels and you have to like get kills to like boost your timer. It is entirely neon. Like the game is so vibrant. It's set to like an 80s dark synth soundtrack. It is incredibly fast paced. You are literally like 100 miles an hour down like tight corridors, just bouncing off of things, kicking people, cutting people's heads off, blowing people into bits and shit. It is incredibly violent. And I just think the overwhelming sensation of like the soundtrack, the motion blur, the lights and everything, this kid's just going to be puking his guts
Sure.
all over the place. He has ruined he's ruined your PC.
Yeah.
Your Portal and your PC gone. Absolutely fucking caked in it. I highly recommend it if you guys haven't played Mullet Mad Jack. It's on Xbox Game Pass actually.
I've
it's
almost
definitely worth-
booted it up about 19 different times. I
It's
just
a
keep not
really fun, unique boomer shooter. So this is just my pitch to get you guys to play it. But the truth is, I do think it's an assault on the senses. And you can really only play this game in small bursts. And we're normal people that we have been desensitized to bright lights since childhood. Like, we're not going to be as bad as the iPad kids. Those fuckers are ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Like, an iPad kid, when they turn my age, when they hit 35, done. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Just ship them off to the AI factories or whatever. We'll be run by robots by that point. Either way.
Noah brought up VR chat, and I'm so glad. I was wondering if anybody here would know about Marcus in VR chat, and I see Jerica posted that in the chat. Are we familiar? Is anybody else familiar with Marcus in VR chat?
No, what is Marcus?
No.
I don't even know how you would describe it. It would just I'll have to send you guys a TikTok or whatever, but it's just this character that someone has created in VR chat that had makes some of the funniest fucking TikToks.
Basically, would be my friend in real life.
Yeah,
If Marcus.
it's this like worm of a creature that he's like a worm
They go to
alien.
Target
man.
a lot.
I'll send you guys some TikToks after we are done recording. It's
Yeah.
very funny.
I'm scared.
Don't be.
Just be ready to embrace it.
I love the idea of Marcus. All right. Well, moving past that, I say we start where we began.
Okay.
We've been waiting this whole time. We've
Yeah.
experienced all of the highs of being a child that gets to become part of the circle of Kayla's good graces. And then she said, well, don't worry. I'm bringing the heat on the last one. So I've got high expectations here. Kayla, what are we doing to this kid, and what game is it going to be part of?
You know, I fear I may have overhyped it, but I think.
Oh, brother.
But I feel like it makes sense. And then we kind of bits and pieces of what we have talked about tonight kind of come together in this game, which I could not go without mentioning. If we're showing a Victorian child all of these various activities, we went through The Sims, where you get to have like this godlike entity power over these people, and introduced a lot of different things in there. We also went over Dante's Inferno, which is like, oh shit, I'm in the 7 rings of hell. I forget what was the other one Patrick mentioned that was hell adjacent.
Doom: The Dark Ages.
Doom: The Dark Ages, yeah. So I figured, why don't we combine these ideas and we give this Victorian child the ability to start their own cult, and literally recruit people into this Cult of the Lamb environment, where you literally are fighting against the devil.
Yep.
And you are recruiting people to be a part of your farm. Not only that, you can perform essentially exorcisms. You can sacrifice people in your cult. There are rituals that you perform to have certain upgrades. And people can die if they get sick, dysentery. And then you bury them, or you can feed them to the rest of your cult. You can eat them if you die in their cult.
This is an inspired.
So it is inspired, and I think that like also the visuals. Let's give them the visuals. Yeah. Let's give them the roguelike elements. You go into this dungeon with your one weapon, and you got to figure it out and see what happens. And you're fighting these different bishops, and a lot of like religious imagery that I think would send them into a coma if they were dropped into this environment. I think that it would definitely kill them over. Probably.
I mean, but just explaining
also
the
open
difference.
Their eyes.
Oh, for sure. But just explaining the difference between roguelike and light, that's gonna put a Victorian child in the ground.
I still don't know it. To be honest,
like,
yeah.
You know what? Somewhere out there, a Silk Song fan, has an opinion on this conversation. They are quaking. They are quaking. That would be a perfect segue to go to Jerica, but I'm gonna stay here for a second. So someone hold that thought. We'll get to you. He was gonna say Quaker Oats as a nickname, but I was like, that's not. I don't like that at all. Actually,
no.
Sorry, Jerica, you're not gonna get the nickname Quaker Oats tonight. But I love the idea that you've actually started an actual cult in real life by showing a kid this. This person's going on to start a cult.
Yeah.
And that, I think, makes the world a better place.
Same.
Like, I definitely believe that. That is
also just a fun-ass game. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think that would...
Yeah, terrible platinum, though. Still couldn't get it because the developers hate you. Me, specifically. They just hate me, I think. Just me. Speaking of hating me, I'll tell you someone who doesn't hate me, Jerica. There's absolutely no way we're like bonded by like soul bonded, I think.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your last pick? Where are you taking this child?
Oh man, I'm taking them to the stars. I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. And I really tried to imagine that this child maybe has had a little bit of school. We know what ships are. We know what maybe surrounding countries are like. I don't know. So like the concept of Mass Effect to them might be a little tough, but there's a lot of lessons to be had in Mass Effect. Conquering new lands, forming relationships with people that are not like you. I'm trying to make this not negative like it usually ends up being for me. Also maybe how to use consent with other people, if we're about to go down to Pound Town. In Mass Effect, I feel like I had to make sure people wanted to do that. And added bonus, blue alien women, that for them that might be hard to explain. So I have an idea. Yes. Question.
Mass Effect 2 specifically, romance option.
Yeah.
Who did you choose?
It's Liara every time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ooh, was it Jack?
I was
I like
tempted.
I like the
But the
punk girls.
DLC, I was lucky and played Mass Effect way after it ended. So like I played all the DLC in chronological order. I played Mass Effect the way that everyone else wished they could have played it, I think. Except
Right.
the ending of 3,
Right.
it seems.
Yeah, that's
Um,
I don't yeah. I like that though.
but
I just dawned on me something too that you said. You mentioned spaceships. And I
yeah,
was
hold
like,
on, hold
that's
on.
such a
Well, what I was saying,
yes.
okay, I'm eager to hear what
Yeah.
you think, because like, how do you explain? I feel like they would understand ships and boats getting to other
Right.
countries. Hopefully, they understand that. But I'm like, do they understand the concept of that? If you look up straight up, you can actually take a ship into the
Right.
sky, find another
Sure.
planet, and on that planet
Skyship.
are blue alien women that look sort of like fish and will have sex with you.
Yeah, you can fuck them.
Do we think that they have that she has a like a what do we think is down there?
Why did I want to call it what they call for birds a cloaca?
Cloaca.
That
sure.
word has been in my
Doesn't that
my
have
good one.
vocabulary recently and keeps popping up.
Liara
But no, I
Tassoni's
don't know.
cloaca goes very hard, I fear.
I think that actually a beak also I think is just a term that we'd maybe use, a beak.
Yes.
You say my whole thing is this is what upsets me about this is I like where you're at. Like kids know these Victorian children would know what a ship is, right?
Yeah.
So a
Probably.
spaceship makes sense, but they don't know what a car is yet.
Yeah.
So then you go to explain this, you're like, yeah, it's a ship on land,
On wheels.
but it's called a car. So at some point we came up with a new word for a car, but then we're like, we can't be bothered to come up with a cool name. It's a spaceship, which is arguably the coolest thing you could be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This really upsets me.
I wonder.
Also,
though, I was just gonna say, I wonder if a car would actually make more sense to them than you think because of like a horse and buggy. Like it's essentially just like a buggy being drawn not by a horse.
No. What I'm saying is like you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, but it's a car. It's not a ship. It's a car.
Sure.
You know, it's not a land.
Where does the word
ship.
car come from?
That's a good question. Probably Latin for land ship.
I'll look it
We could have
up.
just called it a fucking land ship.
I gotta get my license from a land ship over here.
This really has upset me. I'm gone off rails. I've digressed.
Oh,
It's
I
an
just
I got it.
interesting
Oh, go ahead.
question.
The word car comes from the Latin word carus or carum, meaning wheeled vehicle, which was borrowed from the Gaulish
Okay.
The
Gaulish
ghoulies.
word, the Ghulam word caros for chariot or wagon.
How about that? You know those
There you go.
Oh, they
guys,
got wagons.
Jerica, I'm
Yeah.
going to talk directly to you now. Those characters in Mass Effect that are like, disappointed. I think that blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like just having them
Inar.
have a conversation with those fuckers of like, ecstatic. I am very excited that you came to me with this proposition.
What do you think
Sad.
that they
Wow.
would do?
There's
How do you
nothing
think they
like
process
it.
the idea of the genophage?
Oh, sure.
There's probably something comparative at this time. I'm
Sure.
quite sure.
Right. It would we're before the Holocaust, so we can't compare it to that.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
if we give them Mass
could warn
Effect
them.
2, we can also, in a roundabout way, expose them to musical theater, which didn't. Opera existed then, but
Ooh.
musical theater definitely didn't.
You know,
Makes you
I'm
think.
sorry, musical theater didn't exist in.
No,
Musical
well,
theater did not exist.
The
Not
barns,
really.
the barns.
Well, yeah, but like musical theater as we know it didn't exist because musical
Yeah.
theater as we know it is an American invention.
I don't know if that's true
Yeah.
necessarily. I'm pretty sure William Shakespeare created Wicked, Patrick.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no,
Very
you're
good.
right. You're right. You're right.
I
Amazing.
love taking a child to space. You know what'd be fun if we could just like have that world just drop him off. Like if that world really exists, just drop him off. Remember the first like spaceport you get to that has like the dancing bar that you,
Yeah.
like, you have to get in the nightclub? Just drop him right there. In the background, you've got Shepard doing his fucking robot
yeah,
moves
yeah,
that he
yeah,
does. And then a Victorian child just crying. Oh man.
First of all, we're showing them femme shep only,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
male shepherd.
fair.
Well, dang,
Okay.
okay.
Does she have better moves?
Okay.
My name is
Yeah.
Commander
No.
Shepard, and you're
No.
on the Citadel.
Patrick, I looked it up for us. According to the ye old Google, Musical theater can be traced back to ancient Greece, but modern musical theater emerged in the 19th century in Europe with key developments like, are you familiar with The Black Crook in 1866?
No, I'm not.
Crook, and the rise of operetta.
Right.
So that's the first. I don't.
That was the distinction I was trying to make. Like what we think of as modern musical theater is an American.
Any of it, so
to your point, you said modern.
So the Lion King
definitely
wasn't traced back to these times.
No, Lion King would not be traced back to those times.
I
Now,
thought
the Lion King is an adaptation of Hamlet. However, like opera is something.
Oedipus.
We don't need to talk about the history of theater, but I did
like
study this in college.
Oedipus.
The
only good thing about us covering Oedipus in high school was that that's how they said it. My teacher let us watch this movie. Have I told the story here already?
No,
I am so sorry if I did, but I swear that's how they said it in the movie, and that's how I learned how to say Oedipus. So like everyone in the classroom is saying, "Teacher, can we read Oedipus?" the whole time.
That was your origin story,
Mrs.
folks.
Stanley, what's the Oedipus complex?
Oedipus. Well,
oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Patrick, sorry I mansplained theater.
I'm curious.
I would
correct me if I'm wrong.
I deserved it.
Is this the dramaturge coming out of you, or just the thespian?
I definitely am not a dramaturg, hard G, not soft G. But this would just be the thespian coming out of me. Actually, this would be the what did they call it at my school? The scholar artist coming out of me.
That is the worst way you could possibly say that. Just call it. You know what? I'm gonna move on, but I'm not gonna move on from you.
Ooh.
Because you are the last of the list besides myself. So Patrick, I'm excited to see where we're gonna go here.
Yeah. So
I'm
pivoting a little bit. Originally, I'm gonna cheat and give you two, but the first one I was gonna say Super Mario Galaxy 2. Funky gravy, I almost said funky gravity, anthropomorphic beings like Yoshi, like all these kinds of things. Like it would be a fun way. But we already talked about Mario a little bit. So I am actually going to keep them in their time. I think with this, we've not really had any games set in the Victorian period that we've talked about. And I feel like I could do this in one of two ways. I could just keep them comfortable, like, oh, this is Victorian London in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We show them their factories that they're working at. Show them the neighborhoods that look just like the neighborhoods they live in. But maybe we could use it to narc on them and see, like, do they know where the Templars are? Or are they a part of the Assassin's Brotherhood came in? So I feel like showing them Assassin's Creed Syndicate, maybe we show it to them first, give them a false sense of security. Be like, oh, look, things are just exactly how they are now. And then boom, Pikmin 4.
Yeah, perfect. Yes.
The pivot from Assassin's Creed Syndicate to Pikmin 4.
No, the pivot from Super Mario Galaxy to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm showing them Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
We're showing them.
Yeah, I think that's great. I love that we give them this familiarity, and then you just destroy it.
Yeah. One of the best ideas out of everybody. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like,
just show them their own time.
The concept of a recreation of this, they're used to seeing paintings maybe, but like a realistic photo, like we don't even know what photography's like. They don't know what a picture's like. So like, how do you show something that's replicated in the form of a video game?
Sure.
How do you explain that to someone?
What if they Uno reverse card you and they're like, this is like appropriation of this time? And they're like, this is not what it's like. Yeah. And then they reveal to us that we misunderstand the Victorian era. Yeah. And then they get to tell us what it's really like. And so that turns out that all media just doesn't portray it as it was intended. So that's like
what if you show them Assassin's Creed Syndicate, then hard cut to Watchdog Legion. And you're just like, okay, this is where you are today, and this is where you will be in 150 years.
Old grandma in a pig mask.
It is just an old grandma in a pig mask beating someone to death with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Watchdog Legion, that's something, actually.
That is something. That is
God, what
something.
a
I
shitty
do
game.
like it. What a shitty fucking game, man. You know, that was such a wasted opportunity for a franchise.
Yeah.
Like, Watch Dogs 2 was great, actually. And I feel like
I
no
liked
one
Watch
played
Dogs
it.
too. I
Thank
did.
you, Kayla.
Yeah.
Glad someone did. No one fucking, it felt like no one played it.
I
Then they
loved
made,
it too. Yeah. I think the
That's just such a
biggest, this
bummer.
is a different podcast topic, but I think one of the biggest mistakes Ubisoft ever made was not putting Watch Dogs like officially in the Assassin's Creed franchise. I think it's just stupid.
100%.
Like why? Like
That's what I've always like.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs should literally just be like modern day Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like I just want
Huge space.
Assassin's Creed set in the future. Like that's cool as shit sounding. This isn't gonna be set in the future. It's gonna be set in modern day, and it's the last game we currently have on our list, and it's mine. I'm gonna round us off, and I really feel like everyone did such a wonderful job bringing all these great ideas and all these things, but I'm gonna end just making a kid feel really bad. And so I've kind of went back and forth on like, how do you make a kid feel bad? And I just was like, oh, well, I guess I could make him play fucking Silent Hill 2 and just be like, deal with all of that trauma.
Sure.
Or I can make him play The Last of Us and he'd be like, oh, deal with all of that trauma. Or The Last of Us 2 immediately after and then let them deal with that trauma.
Yeah.
But I decided we're going to traumatize them a different way. I'm going to make them dismember formerly living human beings. And so I chose what I believe to be the goriest game of all time, and that is Dead Island 2.
Nice.
With the sole intent and purpose of giving them things for just dismemberments only, and then just sitting there, just right behind their head, whispering in their ear, just kill them all. And then have them just tears pouring down their face. Is they're just limbs akimbo, fucking arms, legs, heads, just guts, gore, everything. And just make this child just be like, experience this moment. You don't know what a video game is. You
They don't even know what zombies
are.
I think actually of all the games, this actually might fuck up a Victorian child the most. Dead Island 2.
Right.
Yeah.
With how violent it is and with the zombies of it all. Like there might have been zombies in some capacity in literature then, but it definitely was not. I mean, there was the undead, I guess, but necromancy as a concept, witchcraft.
You know what? If depending on where we end up, they may still have some like remnants of the old days where they're like, this is what the bubonic plague was like.
Sure.
Yeah, bubonic mentioned twice.
I'm assuming at a certain point, hopefully at this point that I'm showing this kid this game, that the child hasn't ended up in a place yet where he's just seen people being butchered, which in the Victorian times, I'm just assuming you see dead bodies all the time.
Yeah.
Like dead bodies just have to be existing everywhere around you at any point during those days. So like maybe this doesn't like fuck them up as much, but I do think, you know, put them in front of that. I remember being a child and seeing Resident Evil for the first time. That door opens and then you see the fucking highly pixelated zombie face, and I was scared shitless for weeks. Imagine a hyper-realistic game in which you're literally chopping things up. Ruined forever. Absolutely. And then they can't experience it again, so they know it's real.
Yeah. PTSD forever.
I've done it.
And no mental health resources.
If I put this kid, if I put my kid through all of these, absolutely no way they come back from this.
Sure.
They will not live a normal life, if they're even alive.
What do you think it says about us that probably 95% of the games that we chose, if not 100% of the games we chose, were to inflict pain?
I mean, I try to enjoy.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. I'm going to go back now, if it's okay with you guys. I'm going to go back and actually recap and judge you all.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to see on a scale of like, I'm going to judge based on what I read off. How traumatized, and chat, please jump in too. Tell us how traumatized you think that these games like this kid will make. So Kayla, I'm going to start with you on seeing how traumatized your child would be. You showed them The Sims.
I did.
Mario Kart World, Just Dance, and Cult of the Lamb.
Correct.
On a scale, and I'm gonna let Patrick and Jerica, what do you guys think? We'll come up. How traumatized? Like, we're gonna go with like dead being 10. We're gonna go with mental institute being 7.
Okay.
We're gonna be like they do not have a normal life they kill small animals as 5.
Okay.
1 is they just
No
minorly just inconvenienced, and 3
yeah.
we need someone write the scale down.
Yeah.
3 is 3's like, yeah, they're not gonna sleep tonight.
Okay.
It's 3. Where do we think, guys, that Kayla lands?
I would say Kayla lands somewhere between 5 and 7. I don't think they're totally institutionalized, but I think Cult of the Lamb is doing a lot of damage.
I do think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm leaning in the middle. I'm thinking 5, and I think mainly they're not gonna be right.
Sure.
This kid is not gonna
This
turn
kid
out
is
right.
not
I
right.
think
They're not gonna be right.
I think
They're
it's
not
gonna
right.
be. I think it's gonna be Mario Kart World that does it to him. I actually think just the idea, the concept of Rainbow Road, this will never be able to leave this kid's brain for the rest of his life.
Yeah. And it shouldn't. And no guardrails.
What did you say 5
No
was?
guardrails.
Do you remember what you said 5 was?
5 is will not turn out right.
Will not turn out right. And then what was 10? Because I remember institutionalized
dead.
was 7. Dead? Okay, great.
Just dead. They're just straight up dead. They
Great,
didn't survive. Who knows? We'll see what we end up at. All right. So Kayla, Patrick and I went with a 7.5. I went with a 5. Jerica, what do you think? Where are we landing on this one?
I'm with both of you. I agree.
Hell yeah.
I think it's at a 5. Sorry, I've also went down a rabbit hole of just trying to find at least a good set of children with how upset they are. Victorian children portraits. And it doesn't seem like there's any happy Victorian children like photos out there.
What were they happy
Artwork.
about, you know?
Kayla,
I don't think there was one happy one.
Yeah.
It seems like based on your list, your kid will not turn out right. And we don't necessarily know what that means.
Yeah.
But we do know it's not a good thing.
Mm-mm.
Jerica, you started off with the exact same game with The Sims. You then went God mode and decided to tell a child that there were these magical creatures that you could only see with a piece of glass that they could not keep with pikmin. Then you absolutely wrecked them with Powerwash Sim 2. And then I think we left him inside of a dingy bar on a space station in Mass Effect.
I don't know. I feel like
this might be the first time I've questioned. You might be the one person here that's killed a child by the end of this. I think the power wash portion.
The power wash one was a little too much. I went off my script with that one, and I utilized it for not good things on accident. The kid's traumatized. The kid can't do anything right for the rest of his life.
Sure.
Based on what I did.
I feel like there's somewhere between 5 and 7 again. With this child.
What did we land at for me? I forget.
But like a 5 to 6, I think is what we landed at. So will not turn out right, but not in.
I think Jerica's higher end. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit higher, just smidge.
6.5, I think.
I would say
because I still don't think quite institutionalized.
The power wash simulator thing.
I'm leaning more towards like do we have a physical power wash that actually assaults the child?
Well,
if that is the case,
brought that with me through the portal. Yes.
Okay. Because if we're there, or if we're just, I'm around, like at the bare minimum, we've institutionalized this kid with a pure 7. This kid is not coming back.
Could have changed their life though, because we all know about commissary feet. Does everyone here know what that is?
We all
grocery
know
store
about
feet.
Grocery store feet. This kid.
Oh, did you say commissary feet? I thought that was very different. I was like, hold on a second.
We all know
what are they doing in the prisons in Alabama?
There's
and where do the feet come into play?
Great.
Good Lord.
Well, you just imagine that pressure washer changed their life. There's parts of their foot that they could actually see again and feel. They were not feeling well. Maybe it was good that their feet were numb because they don't have shoes.
We have an opinion in the chat, and that's High Score Weekly. He says Kayla gets a 7.5. And Jerica's is like an 8.
Wow.
Jeez.
So, what was the 8 descriptor? I forget.
So we didn't get a descriptor for 8.
We just got like lumps. So we're gonna kind of meet in the middle, figure out where that lands.
So it's somewhere above being institutionalized, but not dead, which is 10.
But clean feet.
Right. But clean feet, probably missing toenails at the very least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, can't exist. All right, so we've got a kid that's not gonna turn out right.
Yeah.
We got a kid that's been institutionalized.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah.
You brought up Satan's penis.
Yep.
With Dante's Inferno.
Satan's horse cock.
That you didn't even know existed. Satan's horse cock. Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
You broke and melted their brain with Tetris Effect VR.
Yeah.
You then threw them a curveball, took them out of this, and we're like, now with a nunchuck and a Wiimote,
Yeah.
remove someone's liver.
Yeah.
And then we're like, all right,
What's
and
a
then
liver?
there's your house with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I should have mentioned Wii Trauma Center was where you're doing surgery. You're removing bullets from a body. And then you just finished off was like, I could see where you live. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And maybe also potentially Pikmin 4. I still am unsure where we landed on that.
What do you think about number 9 being they've been sent to live on the farm?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, that's fair. I like
They're
that.
just
I like that.
they've been institutionalized. It didn't work. Now they just got to go live in the country for the rest of their lives. Just staring.
Send them out back.
Staring at the sea.
Wood people.
Yeah,
they're becoming wood people now. Yes, Patrick. I don't know, like where I'm leaning here, kind of going over this. I think the worst thing you can do is show the kid these games and then just immediately be like, I know your house.
Yeah.
I know where you live. I
Mm,
will always know where you live. This person, there's no way in hell this person can live. They may just go to the farm to hide from you.
Yeah.
Like they're a different level of fucked up. They're just gone. Like they can never be normal in a way that's like not a hurt thing, you know? It's a paranoid thing that I think that you got them with here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm struggling here. Jerica, Kayla, what do we think? What do you guys think about Patrick's list?
I would say in the order in which we've discussed, I think it would be me, Jerica, and then Patrick.
Yeah.
As far as to the worst scale.
Yeah.
Also, I know this is kind of like backtracking, but one of the things we should have mentioned is we should just have showed them like Google Earth.
Oh.
That would have been fucking crazy. Yeah. And then like zoomed in on let me type in your street.
What's that game where they'll like show a corner of the globe and there's that GeoGuessr where like, oh, this is fucking Mali.
Oh yeah, those are funny.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if I was this Victorian child, probably the thing that scares me the most, other than dying, is probably Satan, based on what they share in the religions, going to hell.
Yeah.
So seeing that most realistic, like you see it maybe Satan drawn in paintings back then, but imagine seeing Satan's horse. Yes.
Horse cock.
Knowing that awaits you in hell if you can't find God is probably the most terrifying thing to a Victorian child.
I feel like my list is somewhere in the 8 to 9 range personally.
I think so. I'm a good. I feel good with a solid either 8.5 or 9 here.
Okay.
I'm leaning more towards the 9 for you, honestly.
I'll take a 9.
9.
It's pretty tough.
9.
I'm aligned.
All right.
Nine.
I should have mine.
So if I may, I could go through your list for you, Cayman.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Yeah. I love that.
You started with Rez Infinite. Again, the mind melts. You showed them a little bit of the corporate world with the Stanley Parable, but also still with mind games. You said, this could be your life, but also fuck you. You melted their brain even more with Mullet Magic, with the neon bullet hell, not bullet hell, boomer shooter. And then let them eviscerate the undead with Dead Island 2. I mean, I think this is a solid 10. This child is dead.
Yes,
I would hope I could kill a kid.
Yeah,
this is hopefully the only time I get to say that sentence and remain as a person.
That kid ain't coming back from this.
That kid, if this kid comes back from this, then I'm his legacy.
That kid is Jack the Ripper.
I think that's the problem here. Is there's like a chance that I go back in time, I show this kid this stuff, it survives. Then like I just unfortunately am his great grandson, and that's why I'm as shitty as I am.
I think so.
Like this is the payment that I get is going back in time and meeting my great grandfather and fucking them up. I don't. There should be a movie based on this, and I think we should pitch it to the Russo brothers. They've been on a streak lately. I've heard.
Sure.
I've read this.
I've read this on Twitter. They've been on a tear lately. The fucking Russo brothers. All right, guys. Well, that sounds about like that's it. Hopefully we did well. I think this might be the shortest episode of Dido ever.
No, we've been going for 90, a tight 90.
Have we?
Like
Look
we've
at
been here
us.
a normal amount of time.
Yeah.
It was just
What
fun,
a great
I
idea,
guess.
Cayman. This was so much
Thank
fun.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
I had a
Cayman.
blast. Thank you guys for joining me. A lot of times we end these episodes with some things where I tell you where to go and I tell you to do those things. So if you go to dropanddropoutpod.com, all of our socials are there. Everything is going to be listed there. Links to our Discord, which we just hit a milestone in Discord. I'm going to leave that for off air because all of this is working. There's movement. On Mondays, we have Video Game Book Club covering Dispatch. On Tuesdays, we got Spotlight Games with me, the Dumpster Boy, and Sweet Cheeks himself, Patty Schwaggy. And then, at certain points, COG releases video essays.
Yeah.
And those video essays sometimes piss people off on the internet.
It's true.
High Score Weekly is always doing things, and he's been helping us out. And so I love that guy. I want to shout him out for the work he's been doing with us lately. And what do we got? Homies out there. Let's shout out Blaster Goblin for doing some shit with Jericho. That guy absolutely ripping and tearing out there. Jake Twitchin's doing some streams somewhere. He's somewhere fucking around doing streams somewhere.
Oh, Jericho.
There's so many.
Hold on.
There's so many. Let's give it. I just want to do a shout out to all the people that are influencing Dido right now and making this a reality. We got fucking Gianni DaCosta out there that was doing some shit with us coming on. We got all these boys. We got Phil. We got fucking Phil. Everybody loves Phil. All of the activity taking place. And then our fucking chat. We got Sierra Sharp. We got Coal Mines. We got all of them out there. We got Noah C29. We got the people. We got the people, right? I love it here. I love you guys. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. We will see you sometime very soon on another show. And I swear to fucking Christ, if that is your Baja Blast cream pie,
She's ready to.
I missed. Y'all were talking about me shitting my pants after eating my Baja Blast pie, but I missed it because Discord messages.
Sure.
Take a bite. Take a bite for us.
Take a bite.
End it on this, folks.
Oh, it dropped.
My God.
Oh, it dropped. No, it dropped.
Oh no.
Oh.
Nope. Oh no. Nope.
That is. Oh, I hate it so much.
Oh, you killed the fucking Victorian child in me.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm gonna end the show now.
Oh my God. All right.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.